He's in charge of the country.
Correct.
So he has to keep a watch.
See,
everywhere.
the whole problem is like this. The Prime Minister is holding a portfolio called policy formulation.
Correct. That affects everybody.
That affects everybody.
No,
if you are following your old policy, the minister comes into picture. A new policy, the Prime Minister.
मागे एक गजाल सांगा क्लियर आता गोंयची कडेन पळोवया तुमी मनोहर पर्रीकर becomes defense minister, Sripad Naik is still holding a portfolio and central ministry. मोदी प्राइम मिनिस्टर जातकीर फर्स्ट विजिट गोंयाक करता, अमित शहाची एक वर्स कंप्लीट जातकीर सेकंड विजिट गोंयाक जाता. Somehow BJP हे जे fixation about Goa आसा that is improving year after year.
Now, Goa is supposed to be a lucky charm.
Correct. That's why I call it fixation. That fixation is.
See, everybody wants to come to Goa, and now it is month of May, so he also wanted to come to Goa, and it is at that time they are here.
Why I am saying is that even as far as projects like IIT is concerned, IIM is concerned, AIMS is concerned, including the projects that Nitin Gadkari is routing through Sudhin Davalikar are concerned, these are major heavy infrastructure projects, and that is coming Goa's way. How big difference can that make?
Nitin Gadkari is going to be the biggest difference. Is Nitin Gadkari has to have an influence on Sudhin Davalikar for 2017.
I'll come to you on that. But how these kind of infrastructural projects, may it be third Mandavi Bridge, second Zuari Bridge, all these kind of things.
See, these are ongoing things. These are bound to happen.
These are not happening during Congress regime.
See, during the Congress regime, NIT came, then the IIT comes. See, this is nothing different. At one time, the Central University status was being given to our university. Our people said no. See, our university and our people said no. So we lost the Central University status. So it is not that these things were not happening earlier. See, NIT came, when did NIT come?
No, but kind of projects that even Nitin Gadkari is routing through, the kind of mega projects that for various reasons BJP is taking up, they are going to get completed in the election year. They will see completion and all that grand inauguration in the election year. So will that be a great advantage, although a gimmick, for BJP during election year?
I think we need to sort of probably accept this, that as far as infrastructure, whether it's roads, whether it's ports, whether it's the BJP understands that a little better than the Congress, that infrastructure.
More Gadkari understands.
Yeah, or maybe even BJP. Gadkari or whoever. I mean, the point is that BJP understands that infrastructure is the key to economic growth. See, I think in many ways the BJP tries to target this economic growth, which is what is going to pull people out of poverty and then going to keep them in power simply because the economics is working, which is a wonderful strategy which somehow the Congress just blew despite having 10 years and besides being the initiator of reforms. So as far as infrastructure is concerned, there certainly is that drive within the BJP, within the BJP sort of different levels of power to get infrastructure, so roads, etc., etc. Yes, it does. But don't tell me that corruption does not happen. Don't tell me that democracy is not stifled. Don't tell me that civil rights organizations are not crushed under the BJP. That happens, but those things are also very important. So
I will give only two figures. Two figures. Sudhin Davalikar has said yesterday the immense help for infrastructure from the center. He's getting 1,211 crores.
Yes.
Our minister has said he's going to get 763 crores. The Ayush Hospital, Mala yesterday I have seen 2 crores special grant. So Goa is going to get flooded with central assistance only because there's a BJP government there and BJP government here. There's one person who is making all the difference in Delhi. Mr. Parrikar is pushing all his.
Okay. मागे एक गजाल सांगात. आता आज जेन्ना अमित शाह आयलो गोंयाक ताणें दोन गजालींचेर तो मातसो कडक उलयलो आनी मातसो घुसपलो ना तो वॉज क्लियर बट मातसो कडक उलयलो. पयलें स्पेशल स्टेटस म्हाका म्हज्या रिपोर्टरान सांगले त्या प्रमाणे ताणें सरळ आमदाराक सांगलें तुमकां आपूण स्पेशल स्टेटस दिता पूण आपूण तातूंत अशेंय क्लॉज घालता की गोंयकाराक गोंयचे भायर खंयच जमनी घेवपाक मेळची ना म्हणून. सो ही व्हेरी क्लियरली नायस टर्म्स टोल्ड देम दॅट इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सेकंड बीफ ही सेड बीफ बेनाचेर ताणें सांगलें वी आर गोइंग टू मेक स्टेट वायज पॉलिसी इट इज अप टू दी स्टेट्स. समहाव हातूंतले एक गजाल लक्षांत येता की मायनॉरिटी खंय तरी अनकम्फर्टेबल आसा आनी BJP इज ट्रायंग टू एड्रेस इट बट नॉट गेटिंग अ ग्रीप ओवर इट.
See, beef ban in Goa is impossible. The word impossible underlined. Okay, so let us not even talk about it. Special status, I've been maintaining throughout to all my friends. It is impossible because if you give Goa, tomorrow Bihar will come. Then some other state will come. So you cannot open a Pandora's box and a floodgate. So that is impossible, ruled out.
No, it is not the question of Bihar or UP asking. According to me, it is just not possible to give anybody.
Minorities are uncomfortable and so BJP is trying to address it but not getting a grip over it.
Yes, cannot get a grip. I think this issue was said nicely by Arun Chori. What he said is when the Prime Minister tweets when Sania Mirza wins, and the Prime Minister keeps quiet when churches are attacked, when there is beef ban, and he talks of pink revolution. What does that mean? This is what Arun Shourie says.
See,
I think like that.
My point is this same point. The Twitter account of Prime Minister, there are so many fringe elements creating huge nuisance with their obnoxious statements. Somehow, from the government side, there should have been a very firm response. That is not happening, and that is making people uncomfortable.
See, there are two things here, Pramod. You must understand the dynamics of how the BJP work.
Correct.
So, the top echelons of the BJP will continue to peddle this economic growth model, alleged corruption-free governance model, and a kind of a soft Hindutva kind of agenda by, bringing the icons of Hindutva, Din Dayal, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, whatever, up to the forefront. So, till that level is at the top echelons of power. But what is very important is that this restless lunatic fringe and the, the Bajrang Dal and the VHP who keeps going around and creating social chaos as far as the minorities are concerned, they genuinely believe that Muslims somehow should get out of this country, that Christians are enemies of the state. That is that's an article of faith for all of them. Now, if the BJP top leadership smashes them or calls them to attention or pulls them up, they run the risk of antagonizing this group, which is the group that goes around and distributes pamphlets, that works at the grassroots level, that brings the voter out, of the booth. So that entire army that does it selflessly, without money, but just this conviction that India is the land of Hindus and it has to be the land of Hindus.
So
the top BJP leadership cannot afford to antagonize them.
That is continuously says that the constitution of India.
Therefore, when you say beef ban, I want to come to the beef ban. Either beef ban is right or beef ban is wrong. It cannot be right in Goa and it cannot be wrong in Maharashtra. So either the cow is the sacred animal, you sit and convince Muslims and Christians, etc., that this is the sentiment, bring everybody on board and say, yes, the cow has to be protected, but eating beef in a restaurant or eating a beef burger, you're not going to be thrown inside with a sentence which is longer than that of rape. Right? So either it is right or it is wrong, and you have to articulate that issue. But the problem with the BJP is it has to run with the hare and hunt with the hound.
Okay.
And the important thing about this beef ban, which is really what is absolutely galling to me, is you take it overnight and you say there's going to be no beef in this. What is the economic, alternative you have given to those thousands and thousands of traders who are predominantly Muslim, the butchers and the people who sell beef and the restaurant. What is the economic alternative?
I would also like to add to what Oscar is saying. See, he talks of these top echelons who are talking of development. But I also look at this section benefiting from the polarization the lower section is doing.
Of course.
See, this benefit goes to them.
BJP is in a catch-22 situation. Narendra Modi सांगता की संविधान होच आपलो धर्मग्रंथ, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया होच आपलो धर्मग्रंथ म्हणून. पण फ्रिंज एलिमेंट्साची जेन्ना असली स्टेटमेंट्स येतात तेन्ना जितले फर्म एक रिस्पॉन्स येवपा जाय तितलो येना प्रायम मिनिस्टरा कडच्यान. थंय खंय तरी परसेप्शन बॅटल जी आतां सुरू जाल्या ती सूटबूट की सरकार जावं किंवा दॅट डिस्कम्फर्ट ऑफ मायनॉरिटीज जावं तातूंतल्यान तयार जाता.
My personal belief is that not only you should respect all religious places, you should also respect religious sentiment of each and every religion in India. Okay? So Mr. Modi has clearly said that Constitution is my only religious book. A. B. None of the government policies spell out any difference between A religion and B religion. Thirdly, Mr. Modi is not spokesman of a political party. He is the Prime Minister of the country. He cannot respond to every Tom, Dick and Harry and every reaction. This is
no, but he keeps on reacting to every Rahul Gandhi statement.
So why not everybody has a voice? Anybody can say anything. So he cannot react to everything. So
no, but these are his people, Santosh. These are your people who are making these kind of absolutely provocative, inflammatory statements.
And if he starts reacting, governance will be ignored.
Okay, if he starts reacting, governance will be ignored. But last एक गजाल सांगा. 2017 जेन्ना इलेक्शन आज तर चीफ मिनिस्टराची जर स्पीच पयली, he practically kicked off kind of a unofficial campaign. हे project, इतली तारखे completion, इतली तारखे completion. जे सरकार आणि ह्या सरकाराकडच्यान जो सपोर्ट मेळटा गोवा गव्हर्नमेंटाक, ताका लागून 2017 it is going to be a tough task for non-BJP players to create a big impression in the election.
Does not look like. But it all depends upon to what extent the other side is divided. Because finally, in the last two elections, BJP has become the central pole. It is a state of no BJPism. If the no BJPism are together, then according to me, BJP is out. Earlier it was anti-Congressism.
Correct.
Now it is
Correct.
anti-BJP.
Actually,
The key is that
I would think,
Yeah.
to my mind, because these are again, you guys in the media do this in 24 hours, which used to take, in Indira Gandhi's time, it used to take 3 years to get her out and in. Now it happens in 24 hours. After what happened in Delhi, especially the margin of defeat, 67-3, if, in my opinion, in November, when Bihar, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu go to the polls, if the BJP cannot win these 3 states, then there is going to be a perception battle that Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah cannot win the election. So if that happens, then there is a fear psychosis that starts creeping down, that cascades down, and then there will be more and more mistakes made. There will be more and more of this loud lunatic fringe that will come up to the forefront, create more trouble, and so therefore these things will start snowballing. And today, sometimes what tends to happen,
If that happens, you are saying 2017 election will be fought on the perception.
and
the impression.
elections, in my opinion, all elections are fought on perception. They're lived on perception.
Even the Bihar battle is going to be anti-BJP.
Anti-BJP. Now,
That is the point.
You know what tends to happen today? I don't know if you want to study the psychology of the voter, Pramod. Again, you guys are responsible for that. In 2014.
You are making us responsible for every bad thing in the democracy.
You guys are running the country.
That is too bad.
No, you guys are running the country. Mr. Modi was seen, there's that story of David and Goliath. Mr. Modi was seen in May 2014 as the David. And the entire establishment of this corrupt Congress and allies, UPA kind of thing, that was seen as the Goliath. People went in with the David to slash the Goliath. Today, with this whole bombast, with this whole blitzkrieg of thing, with this whole chest, out and not really deliverables on the ground, the BJP is making itself of converting itself into a Goliath. Slowly, if that happens, the people are going to understand that this is the Goliath we have to defeat, and they're going to search for a David.
Okay.
And in my opinion, that David sits in the Delhi Assembly right now.
एकच मग गजाल सांगात संतोष बाब, ही सगळी गजाल जेन्ना तुम्ही आयकता आणि 2017 कडेन पळयतात, is it going to be the backing that Goa government is getting from the central government and all these big infrastructural projects that are going to create the big impression? Or is it going to be the elections in the states, whether BJP wins it or loses it, that is going to create the big impression? So what will be the big impression point in 2017?
First of all, they say in politics, a week is too long. And you are talking about 2 years. Okay. Number one. Number two, this is going to make a major difference. If the central help comes, only then you can survive. Goa is a small state. And after GST coming, one does not know what will happen. So this central assistance and the halfway through projects will create a huge impression among the people. If somebody can do it.
What about the election of the states?
And there's no alternative. There's no alternative because Congress is too weak, at least as of today. You don't know 2 years back. Election of state. Okay.
Because infrastructure makes
whether the Bihar election or the elections are going to make that
Tamil
big
Nadu
impression.
BJP does not have much.
Tamil Nadu, no.
Yeah,
Big
correct.
is Bihar and UP.
Nobody has got much presence other than
And
So
don't
Bihar
forget
and
even,
UP.
No, forget even West Bengal, they did not do well in the local polls
Correct.
at all.
West Bengal, they are just building up. So even if they don't.
No, they were seen to be number 2. They were seen to be the challengers.
Bihar, UP, West Bengal.
Yes. See, UP is with us in 2017. This year, the election, the most crucial election is Bihar.
Bihar. You need to win Bihar to make that
Absolutely.
You absolutely need to win Bihar.
That is ultimately we are coming to the heart of India and stopping here, that is Bihar. आणि ताजेर सगळी गजाल खूप बरी डिस्कशन जाला, खूप बरी चर्चा झाल्या. तुम्ही तिघी जण आयले, म्हजो वेळ सारको सोंपला आणि इतली बरी भासाभास केली. थँक्स अ लॉट. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.